like I was saying, those are really cool engines. Now, all we have today is G-Bows, Aces, and some old Power Zone Class 1s.
Sadly, railroads are going downhill.
I know you guys are having fun talking about Alcos, Baldwins, and of course GEs and EMDs, but what about Fairbanks Moors? They had unique locomotives too, like the Trainmaster. Those were really cool looking, and their 38D engines sounded awesome. Sadly, almost all of them were scrapped except for CP-8905, which was built by the Canadian Locomotive Company, as well as some Trainmaster slugs that were also rebuilt.
We also had the H-1666, which railfans call the Baby Trainmasters. There's two still in existence. One is dressed in a fake Canadian Civic scene in Nelson, British Columbia, and another is owned by the Tennessee Valley Authority, though it hasn't been operated for a long time.
And you know what? Since Mr. E's on his lunch break, he should tell us an FM story if he has one. As a matter of fact, I do. This one is interesting. It dates back to when Grandpa was in charge of this place. It was September of 1956. 3 years prior, Fairbanks Moors deployed their newest product, the H-2466. This was the newest of the H-Series line and would be the last locomotive the company would make before exiting the locomotive market. Until Alco came up with the RSD-7, EMD with the SD-24, and GE with the U-25C, no other diesel locomotive would be able to top the locomotive's power. In September of 1956, the Penske's order of 9 H-2466s, otherwise nicknamed Trainmasters, had just been put into service. One afternoon, Roy left Fort Wayne with the Trailblazer. Matthew was being serviced nearby.
They're coming!
Who's coming, Roy?
The new diesel put by FM! They're here!
Oh, those.
Roy spread the news to Richard later down the line.
The new diesels are coming!
What else is new?
And finally, he told Frank.
New diesels on the way!
Are you pretending to be Paul Revere?
Engines, I have an announcement to make. As some of you may have heard, we are getting some new diesel locomotives.
Oh, how wonderful. We've heard this and we wish we didn't have to.
Like as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, we have ordered 9 diesels from Fairbanks Moors. They've just arrived and will be tested for service.
What kind are they?
They are H-2466s. Or you could just call them Trainmasters, like what I do.
Trainmasters, huh? Looks like they're not here to replace us, but here to take over Mr. Edwards' job. That'll be new. A locomotive giving us their jobs.
Joey, that is not the real Trainmaster. It's just a nickname.
Joey knew this, but he still found it very funny. Shortly after noon, Howard and Bob arrived with the new Trainmaster. The other engines stared at it in amazement.
And then we had other Fairbanks Moors diesels. I haven't seen anything like that.
Thanks, Howard and Bob.
Anytime, Eric.
Say, when were you two built?
I was built in 1950 and Howard was built in 1953.
As a matter of fact, you and I are 3 years apart. I was also built in September.
Do you guys like it around here?
Yeah, we have a great railroad.
Very scenic locations, too. Well, let's take you to the roundhouse.
Oh look, our new boss is here.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Howard. How was the run?
It was wonderful, Elaine. We had no difficulties getting here.
That's good. Who's this new fellow?
This is Eric. He's a new Fairbanks Morse trainmaster.
Nice to meet you, Eric. I'm Alfred. This is Elaine, Frank, and Joey.
Good to meet you.
Now that we've all queen, what's my job, sir?
Go get Eric's train ready and put all those cars onto track number 4, please.
I was talking to Eric, the new chief, but alright, second in command.
Alfred, pick up some flat cars from the steel from the mountain and take them down to Altona.
On it.
No orders for you guys yet.
Joey was being cheeky, bumping the cars hard into their proper places.
On my new boss's train. That was fun.
There you go, Eric. This should be a good starter run. All you have to do is take this to Conway Yard in Pittsburgh.
We all have to start somewhere, don't we? Okay, thanks.
He's got some horsepower.
Vermont? What is that?
Must be a new diesel. But I've never seen anything like it.
You're telling me that nose is so flat, and look at his handles. They're so tall. It's like you get injured if you slipped and fell off.
Eric returned to Highland Valley that night.
Welcome back, boss.
Well done, Eric. I think you're ready for a long-distance run. What do you say?
Sounds good to me, boss. Hook me up tomorrow morning.
At 3 a.m. the next morning, Eric was all set to take a freight train to Louisville, Kentucky. Two GP7s and an RS-11 were coupled behind him.
Okay, I spoke to dispatch. We'll be all set. While the Broadway Limited clears track number 1.
10-4. Ever seen those engines before? They look a bit unusual, like a shark.
Echo the shark nervous, Eric. Let's have a look at the design. Several railroads, including this one, use them for passenger and freight service. Their actual classification is a Baldwin RF-16.
Oh yeah, I love the Baldwin Sharks.
Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark.
Oh no, Ryan, please don't.
Baldwin shark.
That baby shark song is so annoying. I can't stand it.
Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark.
So that's the new engine that everyone was talking about.
No offense, Nick, but you always to be a jerk when you meet new diesels. You were one around Bob, Howard, George, myself, even to Matthew, despite him being a steam engine.
I wasn't used to his design. I was just wondering if he was dressed like a Pennsylvania Railroad locomotive just to spy on us.
No need to get paranoid.
I'm sorry, but times these days are just weird. Steam locomotives are diminishing all around the time because diesels like you are better than us in so many ways.
Have you met the new diesel yet?
You mean that new trainmaster called Eric? I met him yesterday. He's got a tremendous amount of power, I'll tell you that. So do I, though. It is hard running at high speeds. My large boiler means my drivers aren't as big, dominantly pull coal trains. They're easier to run at low speeds.
I pull coal too on occasions, but I usually do mixed freight.
Yeah, but on this railroad, has a long history of powerful locomotives. Remember our S2 steam turbine, or our infamous Q1s, or the infamous Q2s? They had such power that many of our articulated locomotives didn't do so hot.
At least we're still here.
Just for a little while longer. I gotta go.
Hey Elaine, where's the boss?
He's busy in his office.
No. I thought Mr. Edwards got laid off. Where's Trainmaster Eric?
Joey, this joke is getting old.
Not for me, it isn't. You can't catch me!
5 days later, Eric was pulling a train to Highland Valley.
It's everyone's favorite F7 time! It's about time the PRR is modernizing. Maybe they're learning a thing or two from us and the other railroads that have either completed dieselization or are almost done dieselization. Though I must say, I really like the design of that locomotive.
But you do realize that we still have a handful of operating steam locomotives for now. And what do you like about it?
Notice how its body is so long and so wide. That's quite fascinating, to say the least. It's not a cowl like me, but the side walkways are so narrow.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before. But what do you think about your own design with the front windows and the full cowl body?
I don't mind it, but I hate switching solo. I don't normally complain about what assignments I get, but I despise switching by myself. Because of my cowl body, I'm not made to do that.
You're very lucky you have me here.
I know. That's why I said by myself. If another locomotive is behind me to see the other way, then I'm okay with that.
When Eric arrived at the roundhouse, Nick was there along with Frank, Matthew, and Richard.
Oh, great. Steam party is over.
Pipe down. That diesel can probably hear you.
Hey, you guys.
Hi. How was your run?
Wonderful. I've had like 5 assignments since entering service so far, and it looks like I know almost all the area west of here.
That's good for you. Maybe tomorrow you'll learn that route east of here.
That'll be fun, Matthew.
Can you guys keep it down? I'm trying to sleep.
Nick, we've worked hard today, but I feel like I could pull a train now if I have to.
Funny you mentioned that, because Richard, Mr. E needs you to take a merchandise train to Philadelphia in 23 minutes.
Yes, sir. That's Fred, the foreman who's been working here since 1950.
This makes me feel weird.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to cause any problems.
Leave me alone, Diesel. I had a long day.
I gotta say, that Nick engine is something else.
I'll say, the company that built him forgot to include one thing. Manners.
But he meant well overall. The next morning, Grandpap held a briefing.
Listen up, Joey. I need you to pick up some boxcars, a few empty hoppers, some tankers from Tidewater, and just take them back here.
What was that? I don't take orders from ordinary men. I should ask Eric since he's a train master.
What?
Joey, I am a busy man. and I don't have any time to argue. Just do your job like you're supposed to.
Yes, sir, but I'm gonna pretend that the trainmaster told me.
Nick, you have a sorry freight to deliver to Morrisville. You need to get your next set of orders from the Morrisville Yardmaster.
Alright.
And Eric, I'll need you to take a coal train to Carey's Point, New Jersey.
You can count on me, sir.
The funny thing about it is that your class sometimes serves as helper on coal trains.
I don't want to hear it!
Lonesome guitar on a lonesome track.
The three engines got down to work.
Train, she's hanging on my back. Feeling blue and low down as I do. Since I found out that my sweetheart was untrue, I said we're through. Now here we are. Me and my lonesome guitar. Lonesome guitar, you're my everything. Never leave me, I need each of your strings. Playing sweet, sweet melodies. Every time I cry and fall down on my knees, underneath the moon and stars, me and my lonesome guitar. Lonesome guitar on a lonesome track.
Joey collected his cars from Tidewater and delivered them back to Highland Valley.
You're my companion, well, a trusting friend.
Then for the next week and a half, he worked in several different rail yards. But wherever he was, he didn't see Eric or any other Trainmaster locomotives. Well, except one which was just passing by. Joey became lonely without any Trainmasters to play his joke with.
Wait, if there are no trainmasters around, maybe I get a paid vacation.
With that said, Joey became difficult and stubborn. The yardmasters had to do a lot of arguing to get him to work again. They grew tired of it. Eventually, the Altoona yardmaster had enough. You couldn't get your act together, could you? Not respecting authority? I think you have a problem. I'm going to send you to the Altoona shops to be serviced and leave the switching to the diesels. Joey felt offended and disrespected.
Well, he knows how to control a spell when he went too far with that joke. Honestly, his own joke got him in trouble.
A few days later, after being serviced, Joey was placed back into switching duties.
See how perfect the yard looks? I got all the cars sorted out along with the others. This is what happens when you undermine the boss's authority.
I was just trying to have fun. We got new Trainmaster diesel and I thought it would be a great joke.
It may have been for you, but you need to realize that some people don't take jokes lightly, especially when people like the yardmasters have a serious job to do. Now it's okay to have a little fun once in a while, but you gotta know the boundaries.
He's right, you know.
2 days later, Joey came back to Highland Valley.
I heard about what happened. I was in Altoona yesterday, and he told me.
I know. Where's Mr. Evers? I want to apologize.
Well, you can apologize right now. Hi, Joey.
Sorry, sir. I shouldn't have made jokes about you getting laid off for a place. Obviously, a locomotive can't run a rail yard or give assignments.
It's okay. But you know that there are sometimes it's not okay to joke about something. My parents came to America in 1901 as middle-class European immigrants. That same year, I was born in Latrobe. We weren't the most well-off in my youth because my father had initially had trouble finding work. And when he did, he ended up losing 2 jobs. Once in 1909, when his store closed down, and again in 1933. And the depression continued, kept hitting my background. My sister also went through a lot of hell when she joined the Women's Auxiliary Corps during the war. Because of that, I take job losses seriously. I don't like firing or laying people off, but I'll do as I must. Luckily, that rarely happens.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were part European.
I'll admit, Joey, your joke was kind of funny at first.
Yeah, but I took it too far. I can see why Mr. Edwards doesn't appreciate it. It reminds me of how when World War II broke out, all jobs were diverted to war supplies.
That's right. Instead of cars, they made tanks. Instead of commercial planes, they made fighter jets. Instead of other goods, they made war supplies. This also affected Lionel, and they made a flimsy paper train that was often hard to assemble.
And of course the standard railroad in the world, which was ours, helped keep the country in motion.
Yes, indeed. I'm proud to be your PRR engine, and always will be.
I've been on this railroad longer than all of you. I've been around. Heck, I'm the same age as Mr. Edwards. Back then, lots of freight cars were still made of wood. And now I'm basically out of date. I'm the last D16 SB on the railroad. I don't have much time left.
Don't say that, Alfred. You may be old, but you're still a good friend.
I know, but let's face it. It's hard to stay positive when you know your day's numbered.
But it's best not to take it seriously. As some end, Nick has a little history of being jerks to diesels.
Yeah, Nick wants his kind to remain in place. Not like the M1 Gnard, and the Somerton's sub-light machine gun, or the M1 1911 pistol, or the M1 carbine, with the standard weapons used by the Allied powers during World War II.
Speaking of which, Nick's actually trying to find Eric right now. He wants to challenge him to a strength contest. Why? I have no idea.
Hey you, have you seen the Trainmaster?
Yeah, he's out to lunch at the moment.
No! I meant the locomotive Trainmaster. You know, those new Fairbanks Morse deals that arrived earlier in the month.
Come to think of it, I saw one going right outside the Galitson tunnels yesterday.
Was he heading this way?
No.
Ah, drat. I'll just have to get him next time.
Okay, you do that.
And that's the story. That's interesting. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Glad you think so. Well, it's time for me to go back to work, and I have assignments for you two as well. Off you go now. Sorry, I don't take orders from assistant managers. I should report to a scrapyard an FM Trainmaster was scrapped at, then ask its remains for my work orders, which is next to impossible to do since by now the scrap pieces would be used for other steel objects. Are you serious? Ha! Just busting your chops. I just proved that I haven't lost my sense of humor.
When the sun goes down on my side of town, that lonesome feeling comes to my door, and the whole world turns blue. There's a rundown bar across the railroad track. I got a table for two way in the back where I sit alone and think of losing you. I spend most every night beneath the light of a neon moon. Now if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. Go watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. I think of two young lovers are running wild and free. I close my eyes and sometimes see you in the shadows
white oaks, this smoke-filled run. No telling how many tears I've sat here and cried, or how many lies that I've lied, telling my poor heart she'll come back someday. Oh, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from a neon moon. Oh, if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely to watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon. Jukebox plays on, drink by drink, and the words of every sad song seem to say what I think, and it's hurt inside of me. Ain't never gonna end. Oh, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from a neon moon. Oh, if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely to watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon. So watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon. Oh, watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon. Oh, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from a neon moon. Oh, if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely to watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon. Come watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon. Oh, watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon.
Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark. Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark doo 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 doo. Baldwin shark. They tried making a diesel locomotive, a diesel locomotive,